Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm Herbalist Leo. I help people who are sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, or people that struggle with chronic disease, usually for a longer period of time, build their health from the roots up. Today, I'm starting a new series. It's going to have 4 parts, and it's about seasonal allergies, how to prevent, how to reduce symptoms. I know that many people anticipate spring so much, they can't wait for the days to get longer and the weather to get warmer and for nature to awaken again. But some people experience spring as the dreaded season because for them, that's the season where they get all those pesky seasonal allergies symptoms. So if you're one of those people, this video, this series of videos is actually for you. So let's start by talking about the immune system, allergies, and health. Usually, when we talk about health and illness, we think about them in terms of black and white. You're either healthy or you're sick. But I invite you to contemplate your health as a spectrum. Some days you're feeling more vibrant, more energetic, um, like everything feels so good in your body. Then you're closer to the healthy end of the spectrum. On other days, you're a little bit achy, tired, depleted. Even if you're not really sick, you step closer to the illness or sick end of the spectrum. Part of life is tethering the line between illness and health. But you're never, or almost never, really at the end of the spectrum. The part when you are really at the end of sickness and is when you are really, um, you know, being very, very, very sick, that you're probably going to die of that sickness. But you never really reach the end of full health. There is always something going on in your body, and your immune system is always tethering the line. The line you're trying to balance is the thread that connects your inner environment and the outside ecology. The immune system is the bodily system that balances our inner and outer ecologies. So the immune system can fall out of balance in 2 ways. An underactive immune system is an immune system that is depleted, that is weakened, that is not reacting enough. People with an underactive immune system can't fully heal from illnesses. A good example is this guy in the office that have a cold. It takes a couple of days off. He recovers, come back to work, and then a week later, he has cold again. And it goes on again and again and again all winter. It is like his immune system is not able to resolve the cold fully. Cancer is a type of underactive immune system because we have cancer cells all the time in our body. One of the roles of the immune system is to find those cancer cells and eliminate them. If the immune system is not able to find those immune cells and to eliminate them, then we have an immune system that is underactive and we develop cancer. An overactive immune system is an immune system that is kept on its toes all the time. It is always ready to storm into battle, even when there is nobody to fight. So, two examples of an overactive immune system is an autoimmune disease or allergies. So, what really are allergies? Allergies are immune reactions to substances that we call allergens that the body mistakenly identify as harmful. So those are substances that usually don't create any harm in most people, but to some people, the immune system consider them harmful. And then the immune system is kind of triggered to react. Those allergens include pollen, pet dander, certain foods, insect stings, and mold. Seasonal allergies are allergies to pollen. Pollen is a fine powdery substance that produced by plants, including trees, grasses, and flowers as part of their reproductive process. Pollen is the male gametes or the sperm cells of male when they release it to the atmosphere so it could fertilize the female part of plants. So that's the part of the reproductive cycle of plants. People who struggle with seasonal allergies will have the same symptoms in the same season every year. Some trees that spread their pollen during the spring are oak, birch, maple, cedar, pine, and alder. Some grasses and weeds, like ragweed, let go of their pollen in the spring too. The air carry a cloud of powdery pollen into your body and activate your immune system, triggering symptoms mainly in the mucous membrane of the respiratory tract and the skin. So what are the main symptoms of seasonal allergy? Sneezing, wheezing, nasal congestion, coughing, red, itchy, watery eye, runny nose, itchy throat, itchy skin, irritability because you're so sick and tired of all those other symptoms, hives, asthma, and eczema. Fever is not a symptom of seasonal allergy. If you're congested, you have all those symptoms I just talked about, but you have fever with them, it's most likely a viral infection and not seasonal allergies. I know you want to get rid of those pesky symptoms because they are pain in your behind, leading to brain fog and exhaustions. But what before you rush to the medicine cabinet to take all those histamine-reducing pharmaceuticals, you consider what is your body trying to do and why it is doing it. If you look at the list of the symptoms, you can tell that the body is trying to produce as much mucus as possible and expel this mucus from the body. So what really is mucus and why is the body trying to produce it? What's the body logic? Why is the body doing what it is doing? Mucus is a sticky gooey substance found in the forefront, in the fore line of defense of all the body's surfaces that are exposed to the outer world. That includes the mouth, the nose, the eyes, as well as the digestive system and the respiratory system. Mucus is considered to be part of the physical barrier of the body when it physically traps pathogen, including pollen, and eliminate them through your nose, sneezing, dripping out mucus, your mouth, your eyes, and even in your poop. So what the mucus does, it's physically drown the pathogen in the mucus and then expel the mucus out. But mucus is not just a physical barrier. It also contains immune cells, specifically antibodies called IgA or immunoglobulin A. The front line of your immune defense is immunoglobulin A because it's really there in the front line where pathogens get into the body. It prevents pathogens from docking to the epithelial cells, so the inner skin of your organs, in your throat, in your lungs. It prevents the pathogen for like docking on those cells, and it traps the pathogens in the sticky mucus, and then the mucus can expel them out. Among other molecules, IgA is made out of vitamin A, and you get your vitamin A from orange fruits and vegetables. So think about carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin, squashes, or oranges. All those contain vitamin A. So, how can working to support mucus instead of against mucus can help reduce allergy symptoms? What's the trick? So, most conventional medicine will try to dry your mucus to shut down the symptoms because, let's face it, we don't want those symptoms. But what if you went on the path that is less traveled? What if you try something different? When thinking about fostering health, I want to be proactive, meaning I don't want to wait for allergy season to arrive, but I want to prevent or at least reduce the symptoms before the allergy actually arrives. It's easier to solve the problem if you are proactive and work before the allergy develops than to wait for the allergy to develop and then try to manage the symptoms. So start now. Once you get the mucus isn't your enemy but your ally in removing pathogens from the body, you can start supporting mucus production now as part of your best interest. So, what does the body need in order to produce mucus? It needs water because mucus is mostly water and electrolytes, so salts, magnesium, but also the salts in your food. Proteins, so having enough protein in your diet is important, and vitamin A, like I talked about it. It is always important to support mucosal health because that's the basic of your immune system. But be sure to feed your mucus so it can thrive as preventative step before the onset of allergy system as part of your care plan if you experience active flare. So you want to start cultivating the mucus now and working on mucus health during an active flare. Winter is really a dry season, first because there is a lot of dryness in the atmosphere, but also because we all heat our houses with either stove or central heating system, and all of those really dry the hair in the house. So you want to keep yourself hydrated now more than ever. So herbal teas are important, water is important, and go down on the coffee because coffee is dehydrating. Alcohol too. Fermented food can boost mucus production because they contain histamine. And histamine is what increases mucus production in the body when you have seasonal allergies. So if you eat a lot of fermented food now, before you have a flare, you will eventually produce more mucus in the body as a reaction. So you don't want to eat histamine containing food like fermented food during an active flare, but you want to eat those foods in the preventative stage, now in March, before the trees start to bloom. Eating and drinking histamine-rich foods when you are not in an active flare can provide immunity by boosting mucus production and fortifying the physical barrier. Another thing you can do, both as preventative and when you are in active flare, is use the emulsant herbs. The emulsant herbs are herbs that moisten and cool inflamed mucous membrane. If you're stuffed and congested, but your mucus is very sick and it's hard to really eliminate the gunk from your lungs and from your nose. You're congested, but it doesn't come out. You want to use the emulsient herbs to thin the mucus. Some of the emulsient herbs that I think about when I think about mucus are plantain, violet, and marshmallow leaves. Now, the root of marshmallow is really sick demulcent. It's an awesome demulcent. The thing is that it is so slimy that it's hard to consume it. It's like drinking mucus, basically. So I use the leaves in tea. The emulsient herbs are best used in cold infusion. So it's not something that you tincture. It's something that you just leave overnight in room temperature water and let it infuse overnight and then drink it in the morning. Now, one more factor to consider is breathing, because we are talking about a condition that affects the respiratory system. My teacher Thomas Easley always say, the mouth is for eating, the nose is for breathing. So many of us breathe through our mouths. The nose developed a complex anatomy to screen airborne pathogen, and pollen is an airborne pathogen. When you are mouth breathing, you don't get the same protection you get when you breathe through your nose. So you want to practice and pay attention to your breathing and kind of get into the habit of breathing through your nose. When your nose is congested, I know it's very, very hard to breathe through the nose when it's congested. But practice now breathing through your mouth as a preventative act. So when the season comes, you actually breathe through your nose and you filter a lot of those pathogens before they enter the body, before they go through your throat and end in the lungs. I think that is pretty much it for today. Next week, I'm going to go down the rabbit hole of the immune system and the allergic reaction. We are going to talk about mast cell and histamine and what is the chain reaction that happened there and how you can kind of support your body through this active flare. Just remember that knowledge is power. And understanding how the allergic response work in your body can help you prevent flare and reduce the symptoms. That's why I do those videos, because I want you to have the tools to actually support your body in a holistic way before you get the symptoms. Maybe to prevent them or maybe to reduce the symptoms. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm very excited about this series. Please leave comments and questions in the comment under the video. I hope you found it beneficial. Good day to you.